This one is the worst authors I have ever come across. We are not gonna start the Third World War for that. Well, we agree to disagree. Hi everyone, this is Natalie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have decided to do slightly different with my favorite of 2019. Yes, I know it's a bit late, but it could be worse than doing it right now. And yeah, so I thought that I'm gonna go through the favorites. So pretty much just say what it was of 2019, and to make it more spicy, I will check the reviews on Goodreads, but not the 5 stars or the 4 stars with you. The one of the 2 stars, and I'm gonna try to stay calm, to accept the fact that everyone owns its own opinion, and yeah, it's pretty much gonna be fantastic. Okay, we are gonna do it. So the first book will be Behind Our Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. It's pretty much everything that I loved. Pretty much all of my favorites of 2019 happened at the beginning of 2019. Just for saying. So this one, I know that it could be particular with the loving or the hate, since the whole story, particularly the twist and the final twist, well, you have to have an open mind. So I know that it is difficult for some, so I'm gonna try, and the first one that I see, it's already like, I suppose I really shouldn't be surprised that in an era where Donald Trump became president and Britain exit the European Union, that this book is loaded as one of the top psychological thrillers of the year. I could have overlooked the pedestrian prose, the orderly and likable and convincing characters, and the plodding plot, done much better by other writers a billion times before, because I was looking forward to the twist of the year. And she's finishing, that person, saying, I'm sure you get my point. This book is ridiculous, and I suppose I should have known better, given that I'm currently living in a surreal dream world. I don't really know what's... Okay, I am somewhat of a realist, but I am open-minded and curious about subjects like lucid dreaming, meaningful of psychological aspects that may pretend to a murder mystery. You are led as a reader to think this book is traveling the byways of memories, dreams, affairs, and murders. The pages fly fast, and I was so involved in the story until the abrupt end. I detest the ending, such a cheap gimmick. It's like having your mouth all set for a T-bone steak, and it morphs right on the grill into shape-shifting slice of frozen pizza. I know there are 1,000 reviews out there in this book, and my opinion appears to be in minority. Not gonna lie, the ending of the story was like a sucker punch to the gut, and actually got angry. Well, yeah, you know, it's the kind of thing that I said before. I know that the ending, the final twist, for some is, well, not the revelation, it's the, and for others, it's just the walking away. So, yeah, maybe, that's not maybe, I get it. What a ridiculous ending. My god, I feel so cheated. How did a brilliant thriller manage to transform me to a heap of paranormal gut swallow? Okay, 1 star because I enjoyed throwing the book and shouting bollocks after finishing it. What a fucking disaster. That was short. Oh, I'm gonna try another one. Yes, it was An Unwanted Guest by Sherry Lapena. It's a whodunit thriller murder mystery. And yeah, for me it was really good. It was the first time that I read something from Shirley Lapena, so that was exciting. And yeah, but it's obviously, once again, not everyone who thinks the same shit. That's a lot. Oh my god, yeah, that's tremendously a lot of comments. It's gonna take too much time to read, like really too much. Oh my god, they really have a lot to say. Okay, that's not, it's pretty much short. There's so much that annoyed me about this book as. Okay, okay, so, okay, I'm gonna read it. And, well, okay, I'm gonna say after. What a hit show. There's so much that annoyed me about this book. As one example, we have an upscale inn, and while people are ordering drinks, they order the same generically as "I'll have a scotch on the rocks, a glass of red wine, blah blah." Everybody I know, including people who aren't drinking snobs, have their favorites and will always order a Macallan 12 on the rocks, or do you have a wine list? Tons of details like this, and once we get into the character backstories and eventual puzzle and reveal, it's even worse. There was nothing believable in this book. Well, I don't drink scotch or whiskey, I don't like that, but I don't even know a single name of brand. And even for what I like to drink, I don't think that I'm that, what's the word, sensitive or meticulous by asking a specific brand, or for a red wine to ask for the list. Well, first, it's an inn, so the list, the white list, is probably not gonna be a huge one or a big one. And if you don't see anything that suits you on it, and you still want to have a red, so I mean, you expect having not everything. It's not a huge hotel or a huge restaurant. It's everything is part of it. You have to slow down some steps. So, I mean, just about the booze. I mean, it's just, I don't really see the point of that. So, another one. This book is so poorly written. I couldn't even stomach more than 60 pages. The writing is juvenile and very hard to take. I should have known better to even try to read it after I read The Couple Next Door. I wanted to dig my eye out with a pickle fork. I can't give you a spoiler. I can, sorry, I can't even tell you what happens in the book. I can only tell you that this one is the worst authors I have ever come across, and she will never try to read anything again. From Shirley Lapena. The other one, best thing about this book was that it was short. Another one, sorry, but this felt like I was reading a book written for teen fiction, and it reminded me of a Cluedo game. Not impressed, unfortunately, unrealistic character behavior. The second gripe with this book is that the character POV changes without warning, which makes the zillions of characters somewhat hard to follow. The first and only book I've ever returned on Audible. There aren't that many characters in the book, so I am not a fan of having a lot or zillion characters, because I am pretty much quickly and easily lost. It's usually a reason why I end up DNFing. Well, it's not for every DNF, but for that one, there are really not that many, and I don't know. I don't see why you should be warned that some characters are gonna have a POV change. It's a thriller. They are hiding stuff, and never forget that the author. When an author is telling a story, a thriller, mystery one, he decide what he's really revealing to us when he is gonna reveal some stuff. You are never gonna see it coming because it had to be kept hidden and secret anyway. I really don't see for what they are saying. It's not thriller, scary one. That is true, and it's true that it could be reminded of an Agatha Christie, and it's probably something that she tried to do, Sherry Lapena. Agatha Christie is the queen of the mystery thrillers, and you have to like that genre, or the genre, the path that Agatha Christie made up for everyone else, or you don't. That's for sure. I was really hooked on every pages. I really loved everything that happened, and you have, I think I said that you have a double ending. You have the resolution, what happened, who really killed, and you have something else at the same time. And I loved it, not because there were two different things, but if that didn't happen, I would have been disappointed, because it was like, damn, you have to shut up them up. Anyway, so yeah, I guess. So for the next one, it's The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell. I loved it a lot, so much. It happened in the past. I don't remember if it's 18th or 19th century in the countryside, and it is scary and weird and yeah, so gripping. It's, oh my god, it was so much. I cannot recommend enough to try to read the book. So let me try to find a 1-star. One of the worst books I've ever read. I'm not a fan of the gothic novel, but even so, dummy boards coming down. It's a revealing thing. The language didn't sound in the least bit authentic either. Okay. I really don't see the problem, but not a scary ghost story. Very disappointed. Well, it's true that if you like frightening, scary, creepy, like you're not gonna sleep at night, it's not gonna deliver that. That's for sure. But for a very quickly person who can get scared with the first level of horror like I am, it was scary and it was freaky. So anyway, absolutely hated this book. A supposedly gothic horror story I could barely get through. Okay, again, so I can say that. No, we have. Okay, let's say. Okay, no, I can say that. But they are completely doing spoilers and they're not even mentioning it. The writing was poor. How many times the words pain, hiss, and scream were used? Okay. It was a very lazy book. I'm sorry if you hear my neighbor is making some noise. Well, if you are complaining about the many use of words, I can try to do a video on pretty much every single book that I'm reading, even the ones with high-end 5 stars or ratings. So much repetitions of words, so much repetitions of the first name of the characters that is used every 2 seconds, every 2 sentences following. So it's like, we are not going to go in that direction because it's really not. DNF met it around halfway. This book lacked authenticity for a historical work and also lacked magic and fear. I read a lot of gothic novels, and this one just isn't up to scratch. There is really nothing in it that made me want to keep reading. Didn't enjoy it. Absolutely crap. A book about the sort of characters who have never read a horror story and pay for it dearly. Yeah, that's me. The sort of character who, when confronted by a creepy old house, think how inconvenient. When they found that the creepy locked door from which creepy sounds have been emerging in the night is now unlocked and swinging open, think that they cannot believe their luck. That's the sort of characters who deserve everything that is coming to them. Well, we agree to disagree. I would say it like this. I was truly looking forward to reading a well-written, highly rated Victorian Gothic novel. Unfortunately, this is not it. This book is awful, badly written, with practically no plot, and cardboard characters. Language is clunky, filled with anachronism. The mystery is contrived. The whole thing is just pointless and silly. Well, you know what? Every story are not, all the stories are not for everyone. If you are a hardcore, you love reading some gothic novels and Victorians one, and you found some that are really strong and this is really what you love, you start to read another one and he's not up to it. He's kind of a smaller or lower to a level of gothic. Okay, well, it just sucks because this one wasn't high enough, but hey, you know, no big deal. We are not gonna start the Third World War for that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here, and I will do. Let me know if you want to hear from the book that were a disappointment from me in 2019, and I'm gonna see what was the highest readings on Goodreads. So the opposite of what I did. Try to see if Goodreads' higher opinions might be able to make me change my mind and maybe to go back into reading or to explain stuff that I didn't get it. So I think that was it for today. Few of my best books of 2019 versus I could say Goodreads and the 1-stars reading on them. So thank you very much for watching. More is gonna come in your way, I promise. And until the next time, don't forget to subscribe. It's gonna help my channel to keep growing and having more visibility. Leave some comments if you read those books. Whatever your opinion is, you're entitled to it. We can actually start a chat about that, and see you some other time. Bye.